Is this thing on? Testing, testing. Ooh, we got a hot mic here. Hello, hello, it is Philip James, and thank you for coming to my party. Welcome back to my channel. Gonna get it started here off in the new year the right way by testing out some new products. The one that I'm going to be playing with today is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Mini Pro Pigment Palette Volume 2. And out of all of the new pro palettes that they've been coming out with, this is the one that kind of responded to the best. Honestly, I didn't need one of the giant pro pigment palettes. I kind of wanted to try one of their 9-pan versions. This is what it looks like here. So definitely a little bit more tropical, very Saint-Tropez.
Saint-Tropez, very Saint-Tropez, very Saint-Tropez. Make it very Saint-Tropez.
And so I'm not really sure what I want to do yet, but I definitely am going to start by priming my eyes with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. Doing this as opposed to concealer because I was on YouTube of all places, and they were the one channel, Robert Welsh. He's a professional makeup artist, and he's one of my favorites to watch. And he, not only does he have a soothing British accent, but he also really knows what he's talking about. And he was saying how concealers, may block out any hyperpigmentation and give a nice wet, tacky base, but it also tends to be hydrating because it's meant for the skin under the eyes. And anything that has like an oil base like that, or a moisturizing base, will break down your makeup a lot faster over time. And this is kind of according to him, and I understand it, a little bit more of a waxy texture to block those oils from coming through. And it's nice, and it's nice and light. I've been using concealer for a really long time. I've been using like white lipsticks. I think you've seen me use white liquid eyeshadows. And so I'm just kind of using a concealer brush though to pat it out. You can use your finger. Obviously, I haven't done any base yet, mostly because I'm messy. And I like to have a little bit of freedom to correct it after the fact. And if you hear any whining in the background, it's my little dog Winslow. I'm right here, but because I'm not in bed with him, it's a thing. It's a thing. I just really like all of them. I wish I could use them all, but that'd be a little crazy. I'm going to start with, let's see here, the Morphe X Jeffree Star JS5. We got a fluffy kind of crease brush, and I'm going to start by doing B1. I'm going to start on my outer here. I'm just going to tap it B1 here. All right, I'm just going to tap that brush. Okay, let's see how this is, and just gently put it in my crease and up a little bit onto my brow bone. I know it's been a while, but these deep set eyes, they definitely need a little bit more finessing. Okay. I was a little worried at first that it'd be like super orange, but this is nice. As you notice, I didn't set my base. I've noticed sometimes pressed pigments do not really like to work on top of a shadow already, like an all over shadow. I'm just focusing on the outer portion, then using the Morphe X Jeffree Star JS9 brush, I'm going to start in my inner crease with the shade A2, right there, A2. I'm just going to go pop that in there, just tapping while I kind of marry it with the orange. So a little. did everyone have a great holiday season? I know mine was a little stressful with work. As you can tell, you know, I've been gone for a while, and I just needed to take a break from anything extracurricular. Work was stressful enough. I'm already a bird of paradise. I'm going to take the JS12 brush, which is like a smaller kind of crease brush, and I'm going to start in my inner crease with the shade A3. It's this one right here. Let's get that on the brush, tap it off, and just kind of go really in there. You can always go back with the A2 shade and blend it out if we have to. B3 all up in there. It makes me feel like I'm playing bingo. Sometimes too, when you're really close to something, it's really hard to evaluate it and appreciate it, what you're doing when you're like using a magnifying mirror and you're just like up so close. Sometimes it's nice to take a step back. I have a really nice large bedroom or bathroom mirror. Every now and then I'll just kind of hop on in there and see what it looks like kind of from like a normal distance. I'm going to go back in with my JS9 and the shade A2. And then I'm going to take that same JS12 brush and I am going to switch the colors. I'm sure if any of you love makeup as much as I do, then you have one of these. Just give it a few swipes around in there, get all the dust off. I'm going to now go into the shade C1, which is like this kind of plum radiant orchid right in there. Gonna go on that outer third with it as well. Messy, messy, messy. Oh, Philip, you're so messy. All right, I am now going to go back in with B1. Blend that out. I'm going to take the shade A3, which is this like light orangey, it's like a pastel orange. Just kind of a regular eyeshadow brush here, fluffy one. I'm going to take that shade and I'm just going to run it up above. Bring that all the way up to the brow. Very 80s glam. Okay. I'm now going to take the smaller JS13 brush and I'm going to use the shade C3. It's going to be upside down here, but it's this one right here, or yes, C3, and I'm going to just deepen the outer corner with this really kind of narrow brush. Really just wanting to be very specific with where I place this. This side is a little bit more hooded than this one, like especially in the outer corner. So a lot of times what I try to do is kind of make my sockets look a little bit more even by, you see this is my brow bone here, I'll take my darker outer shade, the brown shade, the C3, and I bring it out a little bit farther, like right there, because it kind of gives the illusion that both of these brow bones kind of end at the same place. And I know it's not a huge noticeable difference to most people, but these are little things, and I'm sure you have your own little insecurities, or you know, just nobody's perfect, so you're gonna have a little bit of variation in eye size, eye shape, socket shape, all of that. So it's just, you know, if that's something that you know you're a little self-conscious about, there are some tricks that you can do to kind of fool the eye. I think I'm going to do a lid shade now. I'm going to take the flat shader brush and I'm going to use the shade C3. It's this like shimmery mint color here. It's really hard to see with these lights. Sorry about that. But I'm gonna just kind of load up a side of that brush. It's a very creamy texture. I'm just gonna place, ooh, I like that. That's really pretty. Actually, I'm gonna bring it in. And I'm sure if I used like a setting spray, which I did not, it would be even a little bit more. Let's see what that looks like. I have a little bit of all-nighter left. I've been really liking the Anastasia Dewy set. I've used it in a few of my videos, but yeah. Go out again with the shade C1. I'm going to kind of marry those two, taking that JS12 brush again, and just kind of minty frosty shade back and forth. Oh, just a vision. A vision. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face and then finish up the eyes. How about that? And today for the foundation, I am going to be using also Anastasia Beverly Hills, their new Luminous foundation. I use the shade 220 Neutral. So I'm just gonna take a Wet n Wild foundation brush. I think you've heard me say before, I don't really wear a lot of foundation, generally. I did not prime my face, did I? No. Oh well. Bless you. My dog sneezes. A little bit of concealer. Never hurt anyone. I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Neutral. Feeling out of wax powder in my nose. Oh Lord. Okay. And to warm it up, I'm just going to use the Wet n Wild. This is a high score. That's the name of the palette. It is a blush palette from the Wet n Wild Pac-Man collection. I just kind of swirl the brush into several of the colors, maybe all of them. Lifting the face. Finish the eye. I'm going to take, it's kind of a nice kind of smudger brush, I guess you could say. And I'm going ahead and use this shade C1 again, which is the plum shade. That one there. I'm just going to load up the brush and then bring it down to about the outside of, or like kind of the middle of my eye there. I had this with the orange, the B1, the JS5. I'm just going to use whatever's left on the brush there and just kind of smoke out that C1 shade. Just gonna actually take a little bit of the C3, or excuse me, A3, that really light orange color. And for the inner corner highlight, I'm going to use A1, which is like the yellow, onto the lower lash line. Go ahead and also, taking the same brush, the JS11 that I used for the shade C2, I'm going to just put a little bit on the edge. Alrighty, I think it's time to put in a little bit of liner and mascara, perhaps? I'm going to try, it's the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid liner, staying a little bit on brand here. Liquid liners always make me very nervous, so we're just gonna start there. No, I'm not supposed to close my eyes when I do this, but I do it anyway. For some reason this eye, it's always the toughest for me, but my liner always just seems to work better. It'll look better with a little bit of mascara. Let's do that. And this is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, Voluminous Lash Paradise. I'm not going to line my waterline today, mostly because I just remembered and I'm already putting mascara on. I'm going to go ahead and use this is a pair of just regular ones from the company Slay Bella. They were gracious enough to send me some eyelashes at a significant discount. Oh, that was relatively painless. Oh my gosh. Alright, now watch this other eye. It's just going to be complete garbage. Not too shabby with the lashes. Yeah, I think that works. You know what, I want to highlight because I went to Marshall's, you know, and I saw that they had some Anastasia Beverly Hills things there. I was looking for the Alyssa Edwards palette. I know that had been spotted in many Marshalls, and I found the Moonchild highlighting glow kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I am going to use that for highlight. Pink Heart. Pink Heart might be nice. Or did I say that already? Well, Pink Heart. It's kind of like a iridescent-y warm. Not sure how well it reads on here, but it's kind of got a nice subtle lightness to it. I'm going to go in with the Anastasia 7B liner brush, and I'm using the Soft Brown Brow Powder Duo. And what do I want for the lips? I think I am just going to... I'm going to use the JOUER Rose Fizz Lip Topper. It's kind of a little glossy. I was kind of expecting the topper to be a little bit more sheer, but it gives me a little bit of tint. Alright, well here you have it, the finished look. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Mini Pro Pigment Palette Volume 2. Really like these little 9-pan palettes, mostly because I pretty much have a lot of these colors already in other palettes, but it's nice to have them kind of all in one place, easy for travel, throw them in a bag. I have the Mini Breaker, I have the Mini Controversy, I have this one. A lot of the Anastasia's palettes are smaller. I have the Oh Honey from Sugar Pill, which is a smaller one, so it's like a wide range. Palettes that are smaller, that'll travel easier. I'm just one of those people that likes to take my makeup, all of my makeup, with me everywhere I go. But I can't really be doing that when I'm going for weekend trips or whatever. You can't check a 50-pound bag full of makeup for a weekend. No. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy. Anyway, I really hope that you've enjoyed me fumbling my way through another video. Please stay tuned for more videos to come. You know, I miss you already.